It is the night of the first day of Ursa Major. It's Friday. I'm not going because I've worked all day and I'm exhausted. And you can tell, like, I am in my PJs. I'm not wearing makeup. The bags under my eyes are bagging. I just don't have dress up in me right now, but I am really, really excited. And I'm actually putting in 20% more thought to what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. So Saturday is day 2 of Ursa Major technically. It's the big shopping day of the con and I want to be prepared. I'm not planning on buying too much stuff because I am also trying to unload things. I just found out I am going to Japan at the very end of the year. I'm gonna be in Tokyo. Definitely want to save up some money before then. And you know, the closet is getting really full and it's gotten so full in fact that I can't really deal with it. So I thought I'd take a minute just right now at the start of this video to go through the closet and talk about what I'm planning to wear to the con. It needs to be comfortable, it can't be too delicate, and ideally I want to wear something by Hey Newly because Nunu's going to be there. Thank you to everybody who weighed in on my Instagram reel, by the way, when my friend Jessica posted. That kind of sealed the deal for me. So which actual dress I wear is a little iffy still, a little unsure. I have a couple of ideas. I'll talk through them in a minute. And then yes, I am definitely going to be wearing the black ribbon corgi JSK for Sunday, which is the swap meet, which I will be doing. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully find some things that are not sparking joy or which I know are not fitting me right now so that I can clear some room and we can move on with our lives just a little bit, you know? So one of my very strong options is actually put away in the incorrect place because my dress section is too overflowing, and that is the new version of Angel of Music second release OP. You may remember a while back that when I did a closet cleaning video, I discovered that my original 2XL OP no longer fit me. But since then, Newly so graciously re-released this line. There are some differences, but I'm actually shocked at how closely the materials match the original release, and it's so beautiful. It's a little bit short in the torso for me, so I do have to kind of wear like a push-up bra or something to kind of like get things into place. I'm not sure if it's going to be comfortable enough, and if I was really feeling adventurous and I thought I would be up to it, I would wear this to the masquerade ball. I have a matching mask that my friend got me in Venice, and it would just be a great opportunity to, you know, finally wear my dream cord super OTT and thank Nunu for all of the hard work she's done for the plus size Lolita community internationally. However, this thing has like chiffon sleeves and it has a side zipper and it's somewhat structured and it doesn't have pockets, and I'm just not sure I'm going to be up to wearing it for hours and hours and hours running around. Something tells me I'm going to err on the side of comfort and pick something else. Something with full shirring in the back. This is my obvious first choice for Sunday. It has a pocket, it has a zipper, it has so much shirring, it actually falls like right at my natural waist. I can wear this with white and coordinate it super simply. I will probably end up wearing some sort of brown shoe with it. Just keep it super simple and casual because I am trying to make money at the swap meet. But also Haley from the Black Ribbon is my personal hero, and she's one of the organizers of Ursa Major and Bay Area K like community stuff, so got a rep for her brand. Last year I only wore indie brands, neither of whom were actually present at Ursa Major, so this year I'm going indie brands and they have to be present at Ursa Major. So this is happening. This is amazing. Look at their little butts. Their butts are made of bread. I think I've held on to this one for too long, frankly. This is the Meta Chocolatier Meiji collaboration dress, and it was like my dream dress the first second I saw it. It was so cute. It's so circusy, but the reality is that even if I lengthen these straps, there's no way that this is going to look like it's going to hit my waist. It's only going to come up to my mid bust, and it's just better better proportion for someone smaller than me. So I think actually I will take this one out and see if I can sell it. But only for a good price, because dang it, this thing is really rare and somebody who knows what it's worth is going to be so happy to pay what it's worth. But I'm not taking low balls on this one. I'd rather keep it. Here's one of my options for wearing tomorrow. If you've been around this channel for a while, you may recall that I had past tense, this dress in the black and white monochrome colorway. And when I outgrew it, it was just one of the hardest things I've ever had to let go of. I was like, I'm never gonna find this in a larger size, ever. But I did in blue. I wore the smaller version of this when I was a smaller person for a whole day, no problem. Especially if I go the route of like outerwear with this, which I stand by the fact that outerwear with this is like the best idea because of the pentagram neck thing. Like, it looks great without a blouse and I want to be comfortable. So this is actually a super solid option for me there. Another super solid option, I would need to give this one a quick try on because I'm significantly bigger than when I last wore it, but this is a newly enchanted fawn. Let's just pop it over the cami and see what happens. Oh my god, please fit me. Oh my god, please fit me. Oh my god, please fit me. We're there. We're good. Y'all, I was not prepared to cry on camera, so I'm really glad that this still fits me. This one I would definitely want to do like some sort of red or brown outerwear instead of a blouse because there's not a ton of room for me in here. It do be flattening things here. So gorgeous, amazing. Not gonna wear it tomorrow. Spotted another Hauliday piece. This is the Starlight of Serenity OP. I think of this as my Hanukkah dress. It's got this incredible bustle. How would this fit me right now? This might also be a little tight on me, so I'm gonna put it back. This is my holy grail, my forever dream dress. The one that I will be buried in, except that I'm not gonna be buried. Let's give her a quick try on, but I think she's also a strong option. Royal Kitten. When a dress goes on this easy, though, it's a good fit. It continues to be a good fit. It's even a little roomy right now, probably because I'm not wearing a bra. Yeah, you know what? This, just like trying this on, it feels so comfy. I think I've found it. Eureka! I found it! It also just makes sense for me in like a full circle kind of way because this is the print that got me into Lolita fashion. It was a Hey Newly Royal Kitten purple skirt that I saw at an anime con that initially made me think like, oh, this could be for me. Like, does that come in my size? And it did at the time. The first brand new dress I ever bought was Royal Kitten JSK size 2. And then I thought that would fit me forever. And I missed out on the second release. And then I eventually found this and it was amazing. I may even wear the beret because I've been wearing a lot of hats recently. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole hat thing. I might end up going with something else. But yeah, I think this is the one. But in the event that I can't keep a petticoat on, I am also going to pack my Fan Plus friend OG jumper because I think the stuff that I would want to coordinate with this, I can easily just wear this instead, including like shoes, accessories, blouses, all that. This is so super comfy. It's so lovely to have pants and still look J-fashionable. And for what I'm going to coordinate with these things, well, you'll just have to wait and see when I do my vlogging stuff. So in preparing for my trip to Ursa Major, I did a little bit of sewing and crafting. And I'm deciding to show you this partially because I know it's going to pad out the length of this video and I don't know how long I'm actually going to want to make this thing. And also because, I don't know, prep is part of the process, right? So here we go. When I found out that Nunu herself was going to be here in the flesh, representing her brand with Iris and talking about the Iris Garden and Hey Newly collaborations and having panels and stuff, I knew I had to show up and make an apology because I thought I had caused this woman a lot of stress before in the past reviewing her stuff. Turns out it was a non-issue, but I made this cute little fabric tote bag thing to carry a bunch of flowers. And originally I was going to buy her some fresh flowers, and then I realized that there's no way she'd be able to take those back with her to Korea if they even survived that long. So instead I made her a little bouquet of faux flowers that I already had on hand. I'm really happy with with how the little pocket on this thing and everything turned out. Hopefully she can use it to go buy fresh flowers herself when she's out and about in the world. That's just something I wanted to make sure I would do before hitting the road. It was great. By the way, if you want to give making this sort of thing a try for yourself, I'm going to leave the Etsy pattern link below. So here's the cord I ended up going with. I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but it was comfortable enough to get through the day mostly, so mission accomplished in that way. Well, let's break down what I've got going on. The dress is Royal Kitten by Hey Newly from the 2019 re-release. My socks are Roji Roji. They're supposed to be over the knee, but nothing is over the knee on me, so I'm just wearing them where they fall. My shoes are by American Duchess. They're the first shoes I've bought from this brand, and I love them. They're super comfortable. My mesh bolero is by Lady Sloth. They are so good at doing outerwear. Highly recommended, though you will need to wash in between wears if you don't wear a blouse underneath, because they do collect a lot of sweat and there's a lot of stinkiness going on. My rosette or coquette or whatever you want to call it is by Moss Badger. I actually bought this last year and was excited to rep it for this year. My petticoat is Me Likes Tea Casual Cupcake, the only one I ever tolerate wearing nowadays. My hair accessories were purchased at the Lolita Collective, and my necklace is vintage pearls that I inherited from my grandma. I'm here. Just awkwardly filming in the corner. What's up with that? I had a very hard time parking today. There's a lot of parking that's closed and a lot of activity. There's a whole other art mart going on in Japantown right now. It's a mess. I got here like 20 minutes to spare before I'm supposed to check in for my panel. All good though. I'm excited for that, and after that I'll finally be able to like get in line and go shopping and stuff. And after that, food. Yes. Let's talk about the Doll Museum. This is the first time I ever went to the Doll Museum at Ursa Major. I know it's been there before, but I never actually took the time to check it out. But check out these awesome ball-jointed dolls. They've got handmade accessories. Some of them are wearing actual collabs with Lolita brands, which I find incredible. And people were just standing around talking about what their dolls were up to. Some of them had these little tiny badges, which I later grabbed some for my kumyas because oh my gosh. But so you could tell everybody's doll had a name and a personality. Some of them were repping fashions that I'm not as familiar with, like Jirai K or Mori or just more general otome. But the ones that were in Lolita, I was shocked at how detailed the teeny tiny little cords were. It's so cool. The Doll Museum is interesting to me because it's got a lot of overlap with Lolita fashion and J fashion in general, obviously, but it's not something that I would assume people who are invested in one could invest in both. Like, they're both very expensive hobbies. Okay, but look at these kumya and the little bunny slippers on these ones. Ugh, I just love that. I didn't know much about this type of doll, and I want to learn more. So if you know more about this style of doll and the creator and stuff, please let me know. Had to pause for a minute to take a quick video of these folks who are all dressed super fabulously. I didn't get a ton of cord videos of people because I was feeling shy, but I had only just gotten here and was like, please show me all of your cords. Oh, look at how cute Captain Chris is. I really want to get one. Oh, he is baby. Here we have a YouTube channel fan rocking some Lolita. Had to snap a little video. And here we got to the kumya table, which predictably I spent a lot of time at. I am so in love with this stupidly expensive little bear and her desire to be bears and bunnies and kitties and all that jazz. I think the assortment here is pretty amazing. I did notice that there weren't any kitty kumyas on the table, and I thought about leaving mine behind, but I had separation anxiety and was scared that I would forget to collect them. And then it turned out that the doll museum was closing right after I took this anyway, so it's fine. I get to tell my normie friends that I'm a YouTuber, And it's so cool sometimes because I live locally. If I'm like at Japantown with somebody from out of town and a Lolita walks by and I go, hey Lolita, hey, and then they're like, oh my God, you're Elvira. Suddenly my normie friend from out of town thinks I'm like famous and popular, which is so cool. Yeah, so I want you. I should have put a bow in the beard. What a missed opportunity. Yeah, I want everybody here who's ever thought of making a YouTube video to take that first step and make their first video. Whether you decide that it's for forever and you want to be a channel with staying power and do this for 10 plus years or whatever. I don't know if YouTube will exist in 10 plus years, of course, but like long form video content is fading into the background within our community. It's going the way of LiveJournal and fashion blogs and MOOCs, and I don't want that. We need more magazine content, we need more blogs, but I don't have a talent or patience for either of those things. What I do know how to do is talk a lot alone in my room into a camera. So that is why YouTube is my chosen medium and why I think everybody else should also get on board. Yeah, like with great power comes great responsibility. You can really affect change. If there's something in this fashion, in the culture, done by a brand, done by an event organizer, you name it, if there's something that you want to see change, you have the power to do it. And the more influence you have as a Lolita on the YouTube, the easier it's going to be for you to affect that change.
So this was the view into the market right before I got in. The line was super long, but it was actually moving pretty quickly. I think I spent a total of like 20 minutes or less in line. And now we get to some accessories. You can see there's a ton of variety here, a ton of different styles, a ton of different sub-styles represented. A lot of this stuff was not to my personal taste, but I could tell looking around the hall and meeting people that there was really something for everyone here. I love the biblical angels here. I don't feel comfortable wearing biblical angels because I'm a Jew and we don't do stuff like that, but aren't these so cool? These little bunnies and bears and kitties and such were so cool. Again, with the crosses, I probably would not have hesitated and shied away from buying one of these if they didn't all have crosses on them. But I understand that's their styling. Aren't they cool? They're so intricate. All of these guys are completely unique and they're available on the GLM website now. I was super tempted by these hair pieces, but not at the price point they were offered at. Unfortunately, I can't keep hair pieces nice enough to justify that. There were a lot of really cool things. These frames were really awesome. I don't really post photos around, but I can appreciate the craftsmanship. There were little wax seals, which if I sent more mail to people that deserved that, I would maybe get some. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm rambling. This is a hard thing to do. Commentary on shopping is hard. Anyway, I've shopped from this particular seller before. That apple is iconic. Still haven't worn mine. It's gonna happen sometime. It seems like there were definitely some trends in what all was available this year. I saw so many cute earrings. I really don't wear dangly statement earrings anymore. I found that my sensory issues make them a little overwhelming and I get distracted and I can't talk when I wear them. So I pretty much only put them on for photos and then take them off. So I told myself I was not allowed to buy any earrings this time around, and I didn't. Good for me. But whoo lord, there were so many good ones. So many awesome options. Some places had already sold out by the time I got there, which is fabulous. I hope that everybody sold out. I know for a fact that they didn't because there's still stuff available on the Gothic Lolita Market website that's being posted, but you know, it would have been nice to see everybody go home with empty suitcases. These ribbons that are made into flowers are so cool. I wish that I could fit into the sort of hosiery that is sold here. I don't wear rosettes often enough. I need to wear the ones I have have more before I'd go get some of these. But seriously, if you like earrings and you like hair clips, there is so much. There's so much hair clips and earrings and rings and things that you could enjoy, and look at the difference in styles. There were several brands that turned ribbon into roses, and I thought they all did a really cool job, a really great job. This is something that I would love to learn how to do, and seeing it made me more inspired to craft than I was to buy. But if you're not a crafty person, you should totally buy one. The maxi pad headdresses were definitely making a comeback this year. A whole bunch of sellers had them, and these little crochet Lolitas are just so incredible. I am, of course, a fan of strawberries, so I had to take a look at all of the delicious, succulent strawberries on offering. If you're a classic Lolita who likes OTT necklaces, this was the stop for you for sure. And I really like the Gothic hats as well. I was kind of shocked to see cutlery in attendance here. These cups and saucers and plates and little forks and knives and stuff, they're so cute. Now, this designer was like the first place that I really had to stop and spend money myself. Look at these head bows. Look at those head bows. Yeah, you can tell I spent a lot of time here trying to figure out which one I wanted to take home. The biggest surprise was actually that there was tea here. I got to sniff it. The chocolate one was really incredible, and they were sold out of another one. I wish I could have sampled the caramel pudding chai though. And then they had Earl Grey. Just like last year, the quality of most of this stuff was really, really, really high. Some of this was couture, handmade, crazy, awesome craftsmanship. Even the basics were just incredibly made. And of course I had to go see the dresses, trying not to get too distracted by them since they are so fabulous. But Vierge Vampur, I'm probably mispronouncing, but I really, really loved in particular the suits of cards dresses. Neither of those would have fit me, but so cute. Now these dresses, they had a vice grip on my heart the second I took a look at them. Look at those prints and look at how they're styled. I love the heart kind of yoke in the front. I love the length on these. The fabrics are so cute and the matching trims are such high quality. I love me a plaid, so this was extremely tempting. Only now did I realize I should be showing off the brand names as well. This table was giving me total magical girl vibes. Just magical girl everything. The little kitty earrings were the most tempting earrings in this place for me. I do sort of regret not getting them, but I know I wouldn't really wear them, so okay. Some of the designers were down to just the last couple of pieces, and some there were plenty to go around. Okay, but you see what I mean about the earrings? You don't even need to have piercings to actually wear these ones. And the resin work on these necklaces was so cool to me. I love the idea of little frames. Why do so many cute things have to come with crosses on them? Now, these little clip-on ears were super duper tempting to me as well. They give magical girl vibes. They give cute little ear cuteness. I love the maxi pad headdresses here, and the bows were great. I almost walked away with one of these, but I was trying to moderate myself. Okay, I did my round at the Gothic Lolita Market. It was so fun. High pressure, but this time I kind of knew what I was looking for. I have no more lipstick on. Oh well, okay. So I'm dropping things off, and then I'm gonna hit the actual vendor's hall before that closes, and then I'm gonna change into something comfortable and get something to eat, but I am hanging in there. Really great day so far. Best Ursa Major yet. And I don't just say that because I just talked for an hour. All right, let's talk about the dealer's hall. Had to stop off at the Lolita Collective booth, say hi to Haley from the Black Ribbon, and check out the incredible standee of Guy Fieri coordinate that she wore. Still rocking that Flavor Town dress. The Lolita Collective has so many good socks. And who is this but Bernadette, the bear bag. She is extremely cute, and I am highly, highly, highly tempted to pre-order her. Just pausing here to say that if you scan this QR code, you can order her too. The Lolita Collective is responsible for for selling so many different designers and brands. Congrats to them on their newly opened flagship store. But let's just pause to take a look at the black ribbon here at the booth. Oh my gosh, the black ribbon hits every time. And if I hadn't already just picked up 2 dresses with cute cats on them, I probably would have gone for one of these dog dresses. Oh, lots of puppies. Skirt, please give me one. Then I got super distracted meeting Nunu. More on that later. Look at this incredible stained glass piece that she had made. And what's Haley doing here? What? This piece is Flavortown approved. The Iris Garden Hey Newly booth had so much stuff, including some upcoming release previews and some oldies and goodies. This one is actually available for pre-order right now, and I will link it below. But as a longtime fan, the Animal Circus print will always call to me. I just wish I could find it in my size. This, sadly, was slightly too small to fit my measurements. But look, oh, glorious, so cute. And look, just the background from Royal Kitten. Of course, had to stop by and say hi to Jordana at the Moss Badger booth. Here are some of the incredible rosettes she brought along this year. And here are the dresses, which I just about fainted looking at. They are so cute. This cats playing classical instruments is still one of my favorite prints that I will always regret not having. But at this point, I need a size 20 or a 22 to make it work. We have some necklaces and accessories as well. And the artist herself, currently distracted and talking to somebody else. I have a prediction that frames are going to be a big trend in 2025, so make sure you support her and get some. So what are the chances that I would meet my twin? My twin! Twins! And with Nunu! Of course, I had to stop by the Agato booth. These queer pentagram having OG jumpers are killing me. When that becomes more widely available MTO style, I will be jumping on that bandwagon so hard. And here's the designer. Gorgeous smile. Also, a lot of people were wearing the Chiroptera and Garden released JSK. I think the vendors were in cahoots and trying to coordinate that. How cute is that? But these rainbow pantaloons, I just cannot. I am obsessed. But with things that are OG, I always have to go for custom measurements because I do not trust that my legs are not too powerful for the cuffs. This is Molly Moonflower's booth. I have been following her work for quite a while from my local comm, but can we just talk about this J-Fashion armor that is going on here? It's incredible. The crochet work is also super beautiful. But these armor pieces though. And here we have those animal bags, which I, again, did not really know were a thing. I want to know so much more about this. Apparently they're like exclusive, one-off, handmade. Just please tell me more. Somebody indoctrinate me into the world of cute animal bags, please. Okay, but these shoes though. Everything at this booth was highly tempting. Had to stop by Enchanted Dreamwear Couture. I didn't want to take up too much time filming their booth because it looks like they've had a long day at this point and we're kind of over it. This was like less than 20 minutes till closing time, but this booth always has such great stuff, including dresses, which I did not have the time to try on, but one day I will own one of their OPs and I will rejoice and it will be wonderful. All of their motifs are so cool, OTT classic, and it's not something I wear a lot, but it's something I aspire to wear. So definitely someone I have on my radar, but their socks are just amazing. Now, this booth is completely new to me, and the designer was super helpful and showed me that they also come in black, but I was mostly interested in these really adorable little shorts. I believe this is considered larm, and it's not my usual style, mostly because I can't find it in plus size, and I'm super interested to give it a try. We've got some really beautiful, more classic pieces here. Most of this is Atelier Heidi, which I have actually purchased from online. I have a Lily of the Valley bustier and that Velveteen Rabbit JSK, and such a great brand. Up and comers, check them out. This is Two Tarts and a Princess, and I've always been so enchanted with her pin designs. They look so delicate. I'm so worried that if I bought one, I would break it. But look at this little hydrangea head. Oh, so cute and just really high quality. I wish I could have spent more time at the Minty Mix booth. Big fan of pretty much everything going on at this booth, but especially the 90s throwback prints. I mean, there's so much cool stuff here. Everything was closing and I had to buy something quick from them before I was shoved out the door. But look at all this 90s nostalgia, the Furbies, the fluffy little snakes. And then I went to Japantown to finally eat for the first time all day. Soba sashimi set. Truly, day 2 was pretty much entirely swap meet time. So here you're going to get to watch a little mini vlog within this larger vlog of how the swap meet went for me. Load-in was really easy, the room was really warm, and people were pretty spread out, so I didn't wear my mask for this part. First thing was first, I had to unpack and set up my brand new clothing rack. Clothing racks were available for renting as part of the swap meet for $10 each, but I did not act fast enough to get in on that. Luckily for me, Amazon was having some sort of Black Friday special on a rack that ended up making it $10, so I just bought that instead. This rack is definitely not as high quality as the racks that everybody else had, but you know, it was my first time with a rack that was an actual rack and not like photo equipment, so I gave it a good go. I did have to assemble it. Some assembly required is not kidding. This was a bit of a process, truly. My rack ended up being shorter than everybody else's, and it was definitely, you know, a bit shakier than everybody else's, but it got the job done. So overall, I'm happy I made that purchase. Setup was a lot of fun and very social. We had a lot of chit-chat time. I got to meet some of my neighbors, some of the facilitators, and then once the rack was assembled, it was time to hang things on it. I had this whole unopened pack of hangers, and I really like these hangers for space-saving purposes. They're not the best for Lolita fashion, except for blouses. They've got this like large gap under the hook at the top, which makes it really easy to slip things in when they've got a collar all the way buttoned up, which is why I bought so many of them. And I use those for most of my clothes, but I prefer the velvety ones for my Lolita stuff just because it tends to keep them stable and on the hanger more and better. But anyway, you can see through the time lapse that I didn't think this through very well. I had all of my dresses packed up individually in little plastic wrappers to keep them nice, which is how I store them when I'm not, you know, putting them in my closet for use. And then I had attached some price tags, but I ended up taking the price tags off, attaching those to the hangers, and then hanging them up. And then I had to deal with all of the little plastic bags. So this is not a recommended method. Definitely not. One thing you'll see me doing a lot is tucking the waist ties into the back of the dress. This I do recommend for swap meets, especially because that stuff can drag on the floor, it can get caught on things, it can get really messed up if you're not careful. Another thing you'll see me doing a lot is hooking things onto the actual hanger. This is how I like to keep things that have matching head bows and whatnot. Sometimes you can't really make that work because the head bow won't have an easy place to feed through with the hook for the hanger, but when you can do it, it's really convenient. Another thing you can do is store things in little plastic bags with holes poked in them, and you can poke the hanger through the hole and then have that on the hanger just to keep things together. I don't know why I'm going so much into storage here as opposed to display, but that's why everything is packaged up the way it is. This is how I keep my things when I'm trying to sell them. So if you've ever had any doubt about how I care for my items, please let that doubt be assuaged now. I care for them very deeply and very carefully. And finally, this is what my booth looked like. I had a lot of tote bags, a lot of little accessories. Most of this stuff found a home by the end of the day, thank goodness. But I didn't sell any of the nails, I didn't sell either of the cake hats, and there were still some things left on the rack. So if you see something you like, comment below. If it has a link on Lace Market because I didn't sell it in time for this, I will send it to you and we can make a deal. So when somebody comes up to me and says they want to be in my vlog, well, okay, I volunteered, but anyway.
No, I absolutely said I wanted to support Ellie Elvira. Her content's so good.
Yeah! And this is the only shot I got of the actual whole swap meet while it was happening. This is not even close to how busy it was at the peak. During the peak, I couldn't have possibly filmed this because I was too busy doing customer service. I picked a spot right next to the door and also next to the water station because I knew I would need access. After that, I packed up, wandered around Japantown, and went and got food with my friends. Okay, so today is actually the 30th of December, and today's the first chance I've had to film anything after Ursa Major, and that includes recording my commentary and stuff because I got sick at Ursa Major. Now, this isn't anyone's fault. I did make the conscious decision to unmask for the swap meet because I was just schwitzing and felt like I was gonna die in there. And there were a lot of other unmasked people, and you know, we were handling cash, and I probably touched my face a lot, and it's really not a surprise that I ended up getting the flu. But that is why my voice is sounding like this for so much of my recorded audio and video stuff. So tomorrow in the early AM, I am actually flying to Japan. This is my very last chance to film things before everything about how awesome that trip is going to be just overwrites what has happened already at Ursa Major in my brain. So we're doing this right now. So yeah, where to begin? I guess I will start with the Gothic Lolita Market because I did buy a couple things in there. Let me just show you what I got. For what it's worth, even if you weren't at Ursa Major, no matter where you are in the world, you can access the leftovers from the Gothic Lolita Market on the Bay Area K website. Everything comes down on January 9th, so I'm going to do my damnedest to edit this on the plane or whatever so that this goes out in time from Japan. I will put the link down in the description. It's Bay Area K's website, so I'm going to be referencing the site because they put up everything and then just took down what had sold at the show. So you can see everything that was there, including all the stuff you missed if you were a little late to the party like me, and you'll be able to see all of the stuff that is still available if you just use the toggle to say whether it's available or sold and look at the available stuff. So the first thing that I knew I had to have the second I saw it was this head bow. It was $55. The brand is March and Merry. I'm so glad that it's got this beautiful tag, and it's this absolutely nutso embroidered upholstery ribbon head bow thing. It was giving me Beauty and the Beast twirl at the bottom. It does look absolutely ridiculous. I just thought this was the craziest looking head bow I'd ever seen, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So this Japanese indie brand that makes dresses called Innocent Star had some dresses on display, and all of them were plus size friendly. There were 3 of them in total, at least as far as when I got there. I bought this one, and I mean, just look at this JSK. It is so cute. It does have fixed straps, and I'm concerned I may need to modify it. I didn't get a chance to try it on in person because there was a line for the changing room. Other than that, the proportions look like they're going to be great on me. It's little Menhera bunnies and bears. They got little eye patches and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to hang this up behind me and then keep moving on because I got so much stuff to get through. The thing that made this such a cool part of my experience, as some of you know, I understand Japanese because I lived in Japan for a little while. I studied abroad there. So I overheard the shopkeepers for the Gothic Lolita Market talking, and one of them mentioned that the designer made plus sizes because it was their understanding that Americans needed much larger sizes, but they were worried because they'd never made plus sizes before and they weren't sure anybody was going to want to buy them. So I may have been the first sale of the weekend or something, but they were really excited that I had actually bought this. And honestly, if I wasn't planning a trip to Japan like literally right now, and also back then, I probably would have gotten either the pink one or the yellow one as well, especially the yellow one. You saw it in the video earlier. But it's super well made. It's really high quality materials. I'm really overjoyed that somebody in Japan thought to cater to my size also. Because like as much as I want there to be body inclusivity globally for Lolita and J fashion, it's a really hard market to navigate when you don't have access to larger bodied people regularly. I don't know what I would do in their position, so just to feel included was really amazing. I cannot wait to wear this. I'm not bringing it with me because I'm not really packing Lolita. And the last thing that I got from the GLM is this here strawberry necklace. If you watched my coverage of the last Ursa Major, you'll know that I also bought this in another colorway. When I saw it, I went and grabbed another one, basically. It's a very pale whitish pink as opposed to like a mauve with darker greens, but I wear that necklace all the time. I get so many compliments on it whenever I wear it out. It's super subtle, so this is gonna get a lot of wear from me as well. It was $35, worth every penny. I think there might still be some stuff from this creator, Pink Marple, on the GLM, so go check it out. Also, for anyone wondering, this is a free size plus size. According to the website, it's got a bust range of 109 to 125 centimeters, so I should be right at that cap. And then it's got a waist of 106 to 122. The skirt length is 70, and it's got a side zipper, so should be really easy to wear, super comfortable, and I spent $268 on it. If that sounds like a reasonable price to you and you're within that size range, go check out the other dresses that are still on GLM. Go get them so that we can, all three of us, have like awesome, unique dresses that twin. We can twin across time and space. It'll be awesome. Do it. I'm very proud of myself because I knew that I was going to be going to Japan soon, so I was trying not to overspend, but I also didn't want to have major regrets. Kind of similar in the dealer's hall, like the main vendor's hall, I did not go too crazy. I didn't even get to see most of the booths that I wanted to. I heard that Romantic Serenade had their own booth this year. There were a whole bunch of booths that I filmed last time that I didn't get to this year, but I only got into the hall like an hour before it closed. I spent a lot of time talking to Nunu, and I spent a lot of time, you know, chit-chatting with my designer buddies, and I just got a little distracted from the actual coverage. So I am very sorry about that for those of you who that is why you are here and have enjoyed this. But let me show you the stuff that I bought. Let's start off with something I actually bought well in advance, but was delivered to me at the show from Le Black Ribbon. I did pay for them in advance, so I don't count them as like shopping on this trip, but I still want to show them off, so we're gonna do that. Also, if you couldn't get your hands on this print, the Black Ribbon is doing an MTO, Do Not Despair. There's also going to be capelets that match, and I just really hope that the shoulder span is wide or at least flexible enough that I can consider getting one, because I want a matching capelet for this dress. Oh my god. It's not a dress, it's a skirt. It's really cute though. I love the high waist. So full, so beautiful, so pocket friendly. Look at them. They are tabbies. And yeah, I guess I'll just hang out with that behind my head for the rest of the show. And if you ever wanted your grandma's curtains to be also cat print and also a skirt, this is the skirt for you. But it is mine. So Minty Mix is still a thing, and they make socks with the little snaky thingies on them. Little snaky dudes. Now, technically, I bought these for my spouse. I'm very tempted to keep them for myself. I told him he can't wear them until after I filmed this. I'm going to give them to him to wear in Japan. Lucky him. But aren't they cute? They're just, pastel little snaky things, and my cats are obsessed with those things, by the way. Minty Mix gave me one as a bonus when I bought these socks, and I just about flipped out because I had never actually tried one of those on my cats before, and spoilers, they love them. The thing keeps showing up in front of our bedroom door because they're hunting it and they find it wherever it is in the house, and then they stick it in front of the door for us because they want us to eat well. It's so cute. And because Paulina knows me so well, she brought some cow print stuff. This is a head bow by Gato Designs, and it just I'm obsessed. This cow print is so cute. I put it on. I love the way it looks. I am probably going to end up having to commission something more with this print just to match the head bow, but I figured I am a cowgirl. I'm going to rep the cows no matter what. This was $20, by the way. Excellent deal. Definitely recommended. And it's fully wired, so it's totally posable, but I'm going to leave it alone because I don't... Ooh. See, this is why it took so long for me to get around to filming this, because my voice has been shot and I still feel like when I talk too much, I get gravel voice and then I start hacking and coughing. Ugh. But yeah, I'm not gonna unbend this because it's pretty as it is and I don't want to mess it up, and I'm not confident that I could get it to look that good again. So it's just gonna sit like that for a while until I have something specific I want to meld it into. And the last little bit is from Enchanted Dreamwear Couture. I stopped by at the very last second. I really like their socks. I've had some before. Mileage varies by style as to which ones are plus size calves and knees friendly, but I really had to try this one out. This one just reminds me so much of like creamy mommy, and frankly, it matches this vibe really well. So I'm hoping that me and my spouse can do some sort of like coordinated pastel outfit thing to wear in Harajuku, but I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, these are so cute. I'm really excited to have them. They stretch so much, and while they probably won't actually hit me over the knee, they are supposed to be over the knee socks. We'll see. I'll probably just wear them as like scrunched up at the ankle knee socks. If you need like hearty, well-made socks to match literally any type of print, definitely check out Enchanted Dreamwear Couture. They've got an Etsy. All of the links for all of these brands is going to be up in the description if I have my stuff together. Swap Meet's the last place I really did any shopping, and I didn't really do any shopping there, let's be honest. I hit the free table once and I found these incredible Applejack socks. I don't know why somebody would bring this and then put it on the free table. I can only imagine that somebody had these as like part of a promotion, and like they don't actually like Apple Jacks because they don't taste like apples or something. But I like Apple Jacks and I like green, and I think these are wild and cool. And so to be gifted this from an anonymous stranger, if you're out there and you're watching this, thank you. I also found this little hair clip on the ground next to my booth as I was packing up, and I asked around and nobody could find out who it belonged to. Somebody said just put it on the free table, and I was like, well, the free table's packing up too, so what do? I'm gonna keep it. It's a little, I think, jellyfish, maybe octopus. To me this reads jellyfish, so if you're missing this little guy, I'm sorry. I have given him a very good home. I love him. I don't know what I'm gonna call him yet, but he is loved. He is loved and will be cared for. Final thoughts, highlights and lowlights and all that jazz. The only lowlight that I really experienced was a minor snafu trying to get into the Gothic Lolita Market. The line was always present. It was always pretty long, and there was a bit of an issue with crowd control. The one like piece of constructive criticism that I can really give the Bay Area K staff, who otherwise killed it in every conceivable way, is just to have like put some sort of marking along the floor or the wall, or some sort of like banister perhaps, to direct the flow of the line, because there was a lot of confusion as to like where the line stopped, where it started, which direction it should go. There were a lot of instances of me and or other people blocking other people's way. It went by the elevators, which meant that for folks that needed to take the elevator for mobility aid or whatever reasons, it was kind of disruptive to that at times because we were like wrapping around in the wrong directions. There were some excellent staff members who were doing their very best to manage all of this, but it would have been easier if there had just been more clear signage about what was going on there and how to conform. So highlights. I know I already mentioned talking to the GLM staff about the creator who made this dress. So we've got that part covered. Meeting Nunu after so many years, like a decade, literally a decade of loving her work from afar, following her on social media, watching her go through her life. It's just so cool to have had a parasocial friendship with somebody for so long, and then you meet them and they're wonderful. Like, how many of us have had this happen? Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's more common than I think, but, you know, I agonized for years over the kerfuffle with the stained glass dress and all of that. I talked about it in my panel, which, if there's interest, I will post the whole panel also, just as like a standalone video with minor editing stuff at some point. Comment below if you want to see the whole panel, if I didn't already say that somewhere. But meeting her, I realized that not everybody has the same anxiety disorder as me. It's been forgotten, it's been forgiven, like everything is fine between us. I gave her the little flower caddy that I made, and if you're watching, Nunu, it was just such a pleasure to meet you. I can't believe you're as nice in person as you appear to be online. It's not a facade, you're a real person and you're so awesome. So yes, it was really great to meet you. Can't wait to get my lab vests that I ordered. Oh, that's the next thing that's coming in. I might be in Japan when you ship them. Anyway, I'm really excited about that. Hosting my panel was, of course, amazing. Having people come up to me and tell me that I'm the reason that they are now considering having a YouTube channel is amazing. My panel may have convinced them if they were on the fence before. And also just, you know, realizing that there are people who relate to me because they have the same weirdness and security that I do, where like they want to make friends in this fashion, but they don't know how, and they feel out of place, and, you know, they're plus size and neurodivergent like me, and we can just be friends. And so I swapped so many cards and stuff with various people who I'm not going to name here because of privacy issues. But yeah, if we met, if we exchanged contacts, I am really bad about following up, but please, if I told you to contact me, do that. It's not lip service. I'm just easily distracted and lose business cards easily, but I was really stoked to meet you. You are super cool. To those of you that also came to my swap meet spot and hung out with me, that was awesome too. Really appreciate that. The swap meet was the single most lucrative day of my life. I had set a goal of selling 10 dresses. I didn't hit that, but I sold 8 dresses and 2 petticoats and a bunch of blouses and a bunch of accessories. And I basically got rid of a whole box worth of Lolita that I'd been storing. So that felt very successful to me. I had been saying that if I was able to sell 10 dresses, my spouse and I would go to the Kirby Cafe in Japan. When I told him that I had only sold 8, he was like, that's fine. That's great. I just wanted you to aim high. We can go. And then I found out it takes reservations and it's been sold out for a while. So might not actually hit the Kirby Cafe, unfortunately, but he said he's willing to do some sort of other themed things. That's cool. And we're definitely hitting the Pokemon Center. So there's that. If there are themed cafes that we can get into, we're going to try. So I may already be home from Japan by the time this goes up. I don't know. But if there's one you think I should check out, please do comment below. We are only staying in Tokyo. But yeah, all told, I made just about $3,000 at the swap meet. I know not everybody was as successful as me. Mostly, I think that's due to the supply and demand of what we've got going on in there. I'm sure other people did even better than me, actually. I saw some people that had like really cool rare stuff that had been priced on the higher side, and then when I went back to look at it and see if I could haggle with them, it was gone. I had a haggle with me sign, and that was really successful. I had a lot of people that just grabbed whatever they were interested and then said, can we make an offer? And I was like, yes, make an offer, please. And then they'd name a number and I'd name a number, and usually with like one round of back and forth, we would come to a conclusion, which everybody was happy with. So that's cool. Oh, one thing I did forget about swap meet until just now, I traded for the Hey Newly and Fako collaboration JSK and beret set. The JSK unfortunately had a broken zipper, but fortunately for me, that's something I know how to fix and where to go to fix that. And it was the XL size, which may be a bit too small for me. I don't know, but it was otherwise brand new with tags, really wonderful condition, a dress I've never had before. I'm hoping I can make it work. check. And if not, I guess check my lace market. But first I gotta get the zipper fixed. So very excited to have traded with my neighbor over that. The absolute highlight of swap meet for me was meeting a middle schooler who is growing up in San Francisco, and their mom. And their mom was like, I'm going to teach you to haggle, child. You can buy things and I will give you the money, but you need to haggle for the best price possible. And they were so cute. They were like, well, it's not a perfect fit, and so I'm gonna have to take it in, and so I'm going to offer you $15. And I was like, well, I know that that's true for you, but I know that I can sell this to somebody who it's the perfect size for, and I can probably get more money for it than I'm even asking, but I can tell you like it a lot, and it's very brave of you to haggle with me, so how about $20? And she's like, yeah, done. And then we shook on it, and there was fanfare, and everybody was excited. So yeah, there was a lot of haggling done. That was the highlight for me, like actually feeling like everybody got to walk away with like a good deal. And I still made $3,000 to spend in Japan. So that's my budget for spending. And that's crazy to me because I can stretch that really, really far. And it just warmed my heart more generally to see such a young person experimenting with J fashion. Like that's kind of when I got into it too. 7th grade, 8th grade, when I was applying to high schools, which is a thing in San Francisco, by the way. I had just started looking at Fruits magazine, and I just wanted to do like decora or whatever proto decora was. Like I wanted to dress in crazy random rainbows, and I didn't know about Lolita fashion, and I didn't have any resources for pursuing it. And my parents were kind of bewildered. My dad thought it was cool. He started taking photos of me in my coolest outfits, and my mom was like, oh, you'll outgrow this for sure. Spoilers, I never outgrew it. But now it's like a thing that, you know, young people can just pursue, and I think that is so cool. I think the one thing I have yet to really talk about is the doll museum, and I can't believe I saved that for last because it was definitely one of the highlights. If I hadn't had a panel going on right after it, and if the panel hadn't gone so well, the doll museum would have been the highlight of my Saturday, hands down, which is strange because I'm not like a BJD person. I'm a plushie person, obviously. I've got the whole Kumya clan up here. It was wonderful. It was so cool. You walk in, there are dolls everywhere. People tell you about them. They're so knowledgeable. They've put so much care into their dolls and their collections and the styling and everything. I don't know who the brilliant person was who thought of making teeny tiny Ursa Major badges for the Kumyas and the dolls, but I have to thank them because weirdly, the kind of most precious thing that I'm taking home as a souvenir from this experience are these badges. So with my Hey Newly cord, with the Royal Kittens, I wanted to rep part of my Kumya collection because it's like the only flex I've got. And I got to make little badges for them. This is Shiro, this is Kuro, and yes, I know that's a very basic name, but also I've been obsessed with Neighborhood Story, Gokinjo Monogatari by Ayazawa since I was in like high school, and those are the names of the black and white cats in that, so I named these after them. These guys got to have such an awesome adventure. They met so many interesting people and plushies. It seems like there's this whole subculture of just like plush animal bags. There are so many people that make them that I didn't even know about. There were some at the GLM, there were some in the dealer's hall, and my mind is just blown. I'm not at a point in my life where I can spend over $200 on a bag, or at least I can't do that again. So maybe someday I will get to own one of those really incredible custom pieces. But in the meantime, I do have my Kumyas. I've been getting them for very, very good deals. I hope to come home with a couple more from Japan. Yeah, to whoever set up the little mini badge station, you are my hero. You are totally awesome. This was a brilliant idea, and these two and I will never forget. We will never forget how much fun we had at the Doll Museum. Something really unexpected that I enjoyed about the weekend was running into one of the people that got me into Lolita fashion in the first place. We hadn't seen each other in like at least a decade. We met when we were teenagers at FanimeCon. We've kept in touch over the years. We're both married now. We live on opposite ends of the country, but we both connect over Lolita fashion, and it was so fun to meet her friend. We all went out to dinner. We were all sitting there drinking beers in our cords, and it was very like, there's a sweet one, there's a classic one, and there's a gothic one, and I just felt like, community, this is amazing. I did not get to hang out with as many people as I wanted to, though. I was constantly running late and like feeling like a chicken with my head cut off, and I just overbooked myself. I actually think that based on how well the swap meet went for me, I can justify getting a hotel room next year, which will make things a lot easier. I can actually do some stuff at night. I can use it as a base of operations for changing outfits. I don't have to be like out and about the whole time. I can like go and have some introvert time. And I think that's really the best way to experience Ursa Major, probably. I haven't done it myself, but I can imagine that that's the way to do it, especially if you want to go to the like late hours dance and karaoke, which I missed. So yeah. Anyway, that was a crap ton of information. I know I've been rambling for a while and I'm out of the practice of making videos, but hopefully this was informative for you. Historically, my Ursa Major videos do not get a lot of views, and there was not a lot of viewer retention till the end, which I understand because they're long and they're very different from what I normally do. But if you're here, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to keep making content about Ursa Major because it's something that I love and admire and I'm passionate about. And if they'll have me, I would love to do another panel next year, and I'm gonna do the swap meet again. It's gonna be awesome. There's so much going on. Every single year it gets better and better. I missed the closing ceremonies this year, so I don't know what the announcements are and stuff, but I believe we can just go online and learn that for ourselves. So I will stop talking and give my voice a break. I gotta do the awkward influencer thing of asking you to like and share and subscribe. Hopefully you found something worth commenting on in this video. If you've been to an Ursa Major or other Lolita fashion event, please do comment what that was below and what you thought of it. If there was something you wanted to buy, something I left on the table that you would have picked up, you can comment that. Please give some love to the designers and definitely check out the Gothic Lolita Market online while you can. It's good. It's really good this year. It was great last year too, but like this year, so good. I'm shocked I got away with spending as little as I did. Okay, that is it. Time to sign off, I guess. I'm Ellie Delightful, aka LED, aka Elvira. I answer to all of those, and also hey you. If you just call me Ellie, that'd be cool. I'm a plus-size, tall, and swole Lolita fashion enthusiast from the Bay Area in the United States, and I really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end. If you made it this far, put one of those emojis, whatever this is, put one of those emojis in your comment, and I'll know you're in the coolest part of the cool club, you know, VIP tier. Okay, bye! Bye! Happy holidays! Happy New Year! Bye! Bye! Bye!